Hey everyone, welcome back to the Brothers War set review. If you enjoy the video, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitch, link in the description. Defabricate. 2 mana, choose one, instant. Counter target artifact or enchantment. If a spell's countered this way, exile it, so it's playing around an earth, so that's actually relevant in the case of most artifacts that have an earth. Counter target activated triggered ability, which I have no way of evaluating. It could be good, it could also just be trash, but just going off the first clause, it's potentially playable in the sideboard if artifacts get out of hand. So I would say this card is okay. Good against channel. Sure, if that comes up. I don't think you should be. I don't think you should really be considering the counter target artifact or triggered ability. It's definitely a bonus, but it's not that relevant for the card. But it's a bonus. Drafna, founder of Latnam. 2 mana for a 2/1 legendary human artificer advisor. 1 in a blue, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. Or 3 and tap this creature. Copy target artifact spell you control. Copy becomes a token. I can't evaluate this. It could be really good. This seems to have... Well, I guess I can evaluate the power level. This card is absurdly powerful, but it's also a 2/1. So it's not hard to remove, but the power is just crazy, I think. I just don't know if the archetype is good. Flow of Knowledge is a 5 mana instant. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. So theoretically in mono blue, drawing 5 and discarding 2. So essentially drawing 3, which is insane. Well, I mean, it's better than draw 3, so... I mean, if you're in mono blue, this card is crazy. But also it's 5 mana, so is it good enough? Probably not. It's probably not, unless you can reduce it. Or cheat it out somehow. Probably not playable, but I like the idea. I think it's powerful. Powerful enough to potentially see play, but most likely just too expensive. Forging the Anchor is a 3 mana sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of artifact cards among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This card is fantastic. I would say on average you're getting 2 artifacts, so it's 3 mana, draw 2 in an artifact deck. But it's better than that because you're looking further. But it also reveals them, so that could be a downside if you're playing a reactive artifact deck. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what those decks look like. So theoretically, good card advantage spell for artifact decks. Sure, it's good. Hercule, Master Wizard, 1 and 2 blue legendary creature, human wizard advisor. For a 2/4, the 3 mana 2/4 is good stats. At the beginning of your end step, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed card. I need to reread that. You've cast a non-creature spell this turn. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Okay, so if you cast an instant, you look at the top 5 and you grab an instant. If you cast an enchantment and then an instant, you can get enchantment and then an instant and an enchantment. So overall, really good. Seems EDH playable. It could be. I think this card is insane. If I'm in cast non-creature, then EOT, I can grab each of the non-creature spell types. At least it doesn't die to cut down. Yeah, that's huge, actually. I think this card is insane. Surely this will see play, right? In some deck. I feel like at any tribal deck, so any enchantments, any just purely instant sorcery deck, or even the artifact deck, it's good. Or Planeswalker tribal, I don't know. Something like that. Seems good to me. Anyways. Oh wait, actually I just realized I was not recording, but whatever. Miracle's Final Meditation, 7 mana instant, but it's actually a 10 mana instant on your opponent's turn. Return all non-permanents to their owner's hand. Ends the turn. So ends the turn is... It removes the stack, so it's basically a counterspell as well. Or, I mean, literally, if they try to activate something, it just stops that as well. So, terrible card. And standard, obviously, but... I mean, whatever. So 7 mana, return all non-permanents to their owner's hand is just bad. You're never casting it for 10, so... Involuntary cooldown. 4 mana sorcery, tap up to 2 target artifacts and or creatures. Put 2 stun counters on each of them. Terrible. Okay, limited though. Okay. Keeper of Cadence. 5 mana wizard. 5 mana 2/5. 3 colorless, put target artifact, instant, or sorcery from your graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Terrible. 1 with the Multiverse. 6 mana enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Once during each of your turn, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. So better omniscience, right? This is fucking broken. Oh, your turn only? Wait, what? No. What? Wait, I don't understand. What does omniscience do? I don't even know. Instead of prime tropical blue, appreciate it. Your turns and only 1 spell? I... Oh. I get what you're saying, but I still don't understand how this is bad. I mean, I guess it's worse than omniscience if you're looking to dump your hand, but that's not how I see the card. I see the card as like infinite card draw. So... I mean, I guess you could say omniscience is better, but that's not how I see it. I think this card could come out turn 5 and then you cast 6 or 7 mana spell off of it, which is you don't need to cast like your whole hand. I don't see how that's relevant. You take it out turn 5, you cast something for free, and then you just have infinite card advantage for the rest of the game. How do you play this on turn 5? Put it in the graveyard, bring it back with the white card. So you play blue white, you just I don't know what you would cast, but I feel like this card is fucking broken, but I mean maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm just thinking about stuff that doesn't matter here. I feel like turn 5 casting any spell in your hand or off the top of your deck for free, and it can get you a land, and then if they don't deal with it, you have another spell for free and you're casting off the top of the deck. I feel like that's a little busted, but could be wrong, who knows? Or maybe you guys are dumb. I don't know. Sky Strike Officer, 3 mana, 2/3 human soldier flyer. Whenever Sky Strike Officer attacks, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. And then tap 3 untap soldiers to control, draw a card. Sure. Destroy Evil kind of hurts that card. I mean, I never said this was playable. I just said it was broken. But obviously, if there are answers for it, it's fine. But like, I'm evaluating the card itself with the tools we have in standard. There, at least, I'm happy there's counterplay to it. But I'm just saying it is broken if you get it out for less mana. This card is good. Yeah. I don't know if the soldier archetype can play blue-white, but if it can, you would probably play this. Splitting the Power Stone, 3 mana sorcery has an additional cost to spell, sacrifice, and artifacts. We can probably sacrifice a Power Stone, and you create 2 Power Stones, and if the sacrificed artifact was legendary, draw a card. What? Is there a 2 mana legendary artifact that you can sack on turn 3 that benefits from getting sacked? If there is, this is broken. If not, terrible. I don't know. Take flight, 4 mana enchantment aura, enchanted creature gets +1/+0 flying, and whenever this creature attacks, draw a card. Limited, okay. The fairy, 5 mana, planeswalker, 4 loyalty base. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on Teferi. Draw a card for 0. So basically +1. Because you're drawing a card, you're putting a loyalty on it. -2 makes a 2/2 blue spirit token with vigilance. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then -12 is the ult. Target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to its owner's hand. Then they shuffle each other non-land permanent they control into its owner's library. I don't know. This seems like it could be played, but I don't. Not in a meta that's fast, so I don't know. This is hard to evaluate. The card itself is okay. I wouldn't say it's good, but it could definitely see play because planeswalkers in blue are not that good right now. And if you need a planeswalker, this will probably do the job. I just feel like it's not great because if you're making a blocker, your Tef's at 2 loyalty, which is just way too vulnerable against most creature decks. So you'd have to play this. You'd have to play this on an empty board for it to do anything. Don't know. It doesn't sound like it would be playable in standard, but if the meta slows down with all the artifacts, it's possible. I don't know. Seems like this is not made for. It's not made for current standard, but if we might actually get into a huge shift. But again, like even a soldier deck fucking trashes this, so I don't know. I don't think the meta shift will be dramatic enough where this becomes playable in standard, so most likely not playable. Thopter Mechanic is a 2 mana 2/1. But I forgot Ruffin. Why the fuck would you play this in Ruffin when you have Owl? What does this do for you? Draw you an extra card? Make a 2/2? Like make you a big creature? Why would you? Okay. This makes no sense. You're playing a non-creature, so it's even more vulnerable to negates, which you don't want. You don't want to be more vulnerable to negates when your deck dodges negate easily. And then what's this compared to Owl? Like I don't get it. Like Owl is just insane. Owl is guaranteed draw 1 card at least, or boost your board, or draw you 2 cards and put them onto the battlefield. This comes down, makes you a big creature, and then if it dies, it draws you 0, and if it lives, it draws you 1. I guess if you have fucking 6 creatures on the board, and then no, even then you would need 8 creatures, and then you draw with Ruffin, and then you ult, and then it's good. In that situation, I will admit it's good. So yeah, it's a good card if you have 8 other creatures with Ruffin, or 7 other creatures with Ruffin. Anyways, Urza's Power Stone. Oh wait, I didn't read this. Thopter Mechanic. 2 mana, 2/1 Human Artificer. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Thopter Mechanic. When Thopter Mechanic dies, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. So 1/1 artifact with flying. 2 mana, 2/1 that grows. I don't know. Yeah, Ely did not draw guaranteed. That's true. Yeah, that's why he lost Worlds too. But actually, no, I'm not joking. That's actually why he lost. I can't. I don't know how to evaluate this card. It seems good, but I don't know if you could play an aggressive artifact deck that could draw cards while also requiring a 2 mana 2/1. It seems a little bit restricting, but I wouldn't be surprised if this sees play. I just don't know what the hell it's gonna be played in, but it probably won't. If I just had to say whether or not it would see play, I would say no. But it's good with Rafina. I disagree. This is terrible with Rafina. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just literally worse than every other 2-drop you could play in Rafina. It's worse than Thalia. It's worse than Underdog. It's worse than Denik. So Fairy Vandal's better. I think it's close. The flash is pretty good though. So I would say you might be right on that, but I don't think it matters. Either way, that Fairy Vandal's not played, so why would this see play? Powerstone Prodigy. 3 mana, legendary creature, 1/3 vigilance, 1 and tap this creature, draw a card, and then discard a card. Whenever you discard one or more artifact cards, create a tapped Power Stone. This ability triggers once each turn. I don't get it. This looks terrible, but I can't tell. At this point, everything is good with Ruffin. True, yeah. I don't think any card should be evaluated on whether or not it fits in a Ruffin deck. Like the Teferi argument about the Ruffin thing is just irrelevant in my opinion. It's first of all, it's not going to see play in that deck, but even if it did, like I don't even like the situations where that would be good with Ruffin is you're already winning, so why the fuck do you need a Teferi? Anyways. Any good control cards so far? I don't. Maybe the enchantment, the one with the multiverse potentially, if you can protect it. Yeah, it's just one. Okay. Anyways, I don't know how this card is good, but it feels like it should be powerful. I don't get it though. I feel like it's not, but who knows? Maybe if you discard and redraw. Yeah, okay. So if you're discard and redrawing, it's free power stones. That's not bad. So if you have a lot of effects that discard and draw, it's fine. So maybe this is actually good enough. If you would need the Power Stone ramp and the card advantage, maybe. Banning Ruffin seems a bit much. I think they should, but we'll see. Urza's Command, 4 mana instant. Choose 2. Creatures you don't control get -2/-0 until end of turn. Create 2 Power Stones. Create a tapped 0/0 colorless construct artifact token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. That's insane. Scry 1, then draw a card. So you're always making a 0/0. And let's say you have no artifacts. You can make 2 Power Stones and it's a 2/2. I guess it's not great. But this is... No, this card is insane. No, this is instant. This is insane. But you get a flash, like potentially like a 4/4 or 5/5, and then you can combat trick your opponent with a -2 if it's not enough. So you don't even have to trade. But you can trade if they're not strong enough. But if they are strong enough, if they have more power than toughness, for example, you just -2 and then you could block anyways. That or you're making a flash creature and then you're scrying and drawing a card. This is absolutely broken. What the fuck? Oh, the token is tapped. Oh, that makes it a little more balanced. But I still think it's busted. So I guess you can't combat trick your opponent with this. But I guess it's definitely way less busted than. But is it good enough? I think. Yeah, I think it's good. You're still getting a flash creature. It just can't block. But it can attack right away. So this is good in like a counterspell artifact deck. So you can play like make disappear, make a bunch of artifacts, make a bunch of tokens, hold up, make disappear. If they don't play anything, you Urza's Command and you get a big creature. I think it's good. I think it's really good. I don't think it's broken anymore, but I think it's just a solid card. If it could block in combat, I feel like it would be way too broken. Okay, anyways, this is good. Could see play for sure. Most likely will in the artifact deck. Zephyr Sentinel, 2 mana, 2/1 flash flyer. It's a soldier. When Zephyr Sentinel enters the battlefield, return up to one target creature you control to its owner's hand. If it was a soldier, put a +1/+1 counter on Zephyr Sentinel. So potential 1-drop into 3/2 flyer with flash. That's good. That we'll see play. I hope there's a 1 mana. Okay, I don't hope because it would be too strong maybe. If there's a 1 mana soldier that has ETB, so enter the battlefield effects, this is insane. Let's hope that's not the case. Arcane Proxy, 7 mana mythic artifact creature wizard, 7 mana 4/3. Prototype 3, you get a 2/1. What's the effect? When Arcane Proxy enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile target instant or sorcery with mana value less or equal to Arcane Proxy's power from your graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Okay. So, for 3 mana, you can cast a 2 mana or 1 mana or 0 mana spell, well, instant or sorcery from your graveyard for free. That is not very good because it doesn't have flash. And for 7 mana, you can cast a 4 mana spell. This card is probably bad. But I don't know. Hulking Metamorph. 9 mana, 7/7. You may have Hulking Metamorph enter the battlefield as a copy of an artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact creature in addition to its other types. And its power and toughness are equal to Hulking Metamorph's power and toughness. And for 4 mana, you get a 3/3. So you can get a 4 mana 3/3 that enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control or an artifact. Is it? It would still be legendary. Okay. I think this card's good. I don't know how good though. It's very difficult to evaluate because I don't know what kind of artifacts you're copying yet. Creatures, I also don't. I don't know. This card's hard to evaluate. This could be either very good or unplayable. I can't. I don't really understand what this would be played in, but it feels strong. It feels like if you curve out a good 3-drop that you would want this effect with. I don't know. Wait, I have a question. Can this copy Peacekeeper and still tax your opponent for 2? So you can still look at their hand or not? Because it says you may have Hulking Metamorph enter the battlefield as a copy. So Peacekeeper says as this creature enters the battlefield. So what procs, like when does it check for that? I think this works. That's kind of interesting. So Thalia, Peacekeeper, Hulking Metamorph, and you probably win the game. I don't know. Could be good. I'm kind of excited to experiment with this. It seems like it could be really good. I'm pretty sure never casting the 9 mana spell, but for 4 mana could be interesting. Anyways, Spotter Thopter 8 mana 4/5 flyer. When Spotter Thopter enters the battlefield, scry X, where X is its power. So 8 mana scry 4, terrible. Or 4 mana scry 2. This is a limited card. Okay. Surge Engine. 2 mana 3/2 artifact creature construct defender. So it has defender. For 1 blue, this creature loses defender and gains this creature can't be blocked. That's very good. Ooh, I'm starting to see some. Ooh. Blue-white tempo. With Peacekeeper, Thalia, this thing. I don't know. Surge Engine. So for 2 and a blue, Surge Engine becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4. Activate only. So you have to activate in order. So you have to spend 1 mana, then 3 mana. The 3 mana gives you a 5/4. And then 6 mana. Draw 3 cards. Activate only if Surge Engine is blue, so you can just spend 1. And it's blue, right? That's... Wait, this card is good. This card is very good. Do Power Stones tap for color or no? Never? Not for artifacts? I mean, that would be too strong, right? Oh, okay, no. Alright, never mind. I don't know. This, I mean, it's expensive as hell, but I think the can't be blocked is what's selling it. Oh, it becomes blue with 2 levels? Oh, it becomes blue. Okay, so you do have to go through the full sequence. I skipped over that, I guess. Alright, so you have to spend a lot, but I mean, I think the can't be blocked is pretty interesting. I feel like that's so strong. In a white blue deck that has good defensive capabilities and usually can't finish off the game, I feel like this could help. Temporal Anchor. It's a 6 mana legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 2. Whenever you choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of your library during your turn. You may play cards exiled with Temporal Anchor. So, if you put cards at the bottom with the scry, so at the beginning of your next upkeep, so it doesn't have any immediate effects. It's probably unplayable. I don't see how this, like, they're like, even if you cheated, I feel like, yeah, this is just a worse one with the multiverse, because there's no way you're casting there's no way you're casting this for 6. You want to cheat it out. If you're cheating it out, I mean, I guess there is a way you're casting it for 6, but your deck is probably bad. Oh wait, no, you can Power Stone this out? I don't know, man. I mean, Power Stoning this out on, like, I don't know, you need 3 blue though, so mono blue artifacts? I don't know. Could be good. Like, again, it depends if people can destroy this easily. It's not good because it has no ETB. It's most likely terrible, but I don't know. Power Stones make this a little bit more interesting. Terizian Mindbreaker, 7 mana 6/4. Whenever Terizian Mindbreaker attacks defending player, mills half their library rounded up. So that's okay, interesting. Unearth for 1 and 3 blue. Jesus. This is just... Isn't this just actually just a meme card? I mean... Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. This seems terrible. Milling has never been good enough in standard, other than rogues. But I mean, rogues didn't cost 7 mana, so. So for blue and white, we've seen one good control card potentially, or two. Somebody's asking. So maybe Soul Partition and one with the Multiverse. And then the return enchantment from the graveyard to the battlefield card. And you get a Power Stone, I guess, maybe.